upsetting news in the headlines. This is the kind of story that reminds us there are still good people out there. After a car crashed into a man and a woman on a motorcycle, more Good Samaritans than you can count rushed in to help.
Can dogs do this?
It's heart-stopping video. A man and a woman on a motorcycle hit from behind by a car in the popular resort town of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You see the woman tumble off the bike, but the driver is trapped beneath the vehicle. Within seconds, total strangers spring into action.
Can dogs do this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the number keeps growing. Look at the Good Samaritans
Can dogs do
who
this?
rush over to help. 20 people. Now watch as they lift the vehicle. All together now. Even the driver of the vehicle gets out and tries to help. While everyone is giving it the heave-ho, you see the victim getting pulled to safety. He's identified as Alex James. On Facebook, he expressed appreciation to all the people who helped and also posted this, thanking the man upstairs. The bike can be replaced, but I can't.
Can dogs do that? Can dogs team up together to even save their own worthless mutts? To even save their own worthless dog owner? The answer is no. Obviously they can't. But you have dog nutters saying that dogs are better than people. Even the person who ran over the cyclist came out to help, and he like dog nuts. He didn't just he didn't just flee. Came out and helped. 20 people came out and helped. Dogs can't do this. Dogs cannot team up with dogs to help people or even their own dog, their own species. That's why a lot of dogs are out there, stray dogs are out there dying in the streets, looking filthy as ever. And we have dog nuts saying that dogs are better than people. But anyways, another worthless mutts. I am Gord the Dog Butcher, backing in to shine the light on this dog culture. This is Dog Nuttery in Canada, Ep 9. It's been a while since I ever have done a video like this. Busy and just timing of things, but here I am nevertheless to shine the light on the dog nuttery that goes on in Canada. I'm titling this video "Feeding the Country to Dogs." So that's what what it looks like it's happening. Canada is basically feeding feeding our country, feeding the country to dogs. Things may not be as, from what I, been able to find, not as bad as the States or the UK, but still, there is a dog problem in Canada, and it's best to stop it before it gets worse. And I kind of discussed this on the last video where, I seen a pitbull yesterday in Ontario, and apparently they're supposed to be banned, but I'm still seeing them. And so one of the questions on Google says, what happens if you are caught with a pitbull in Ontario? If you are convicted, you will definitely lose your dog, and depending on how they charged you, your dog could be shipped off out of province. So to a research facility, yes, they do that, or killed, or could also face fines of up to $10,000 and jail time for up to 6 months. And I gotta do a little bit more research on this. I want to see if dog nuts, pit nuts have actually been convicted and apprehended and arrested for owning a pit bull in Canada. That being said, there's so much with the pit nuts and the dog nuts. There's so much. This is not a pit bull. It's a pit bull. It's a mix. Man, end of the day, these bully breeds, they're all pit bulls. End of the day, they're under that umbrella of a pit bull. If it's under the umbrella of a pit bull, then, you know, by default, it's still a pit bull. So apparently, again, Canada has banned pit bulls, but yet there is a, I guess, a breeder that, you know, breeds these things and sells them in Ontario, and again, this banning thing really makes no sense. They say Untouchables is a culmination of the hard work, admission, and shared vision of the two good friends with a long-time passion for worthless mutts. As owners of the American Pit Bull Terriers from young age together, we have nearly 35 years experience owning and breeding and advocating these dogs. So again, this pit bull ban has been in place since 2005. And these people for over 35 years have been still breeding and advocating for these worthless mutts. And they even said, unfortunately, in 2005, the government in the area where we live, I mean, unfortunately, I mean, you're saving lives, you know. We live, I mean, unfortunately, even though, you know, it's unfortunate that we have to save lives from these things. In 2005, the government in the area where we live recklessly, these people are funny. Recklessly. These people are talking about recklessly. Okay. Implemented misguided breed, you know, BSL that we specifically targeted, whatever this is, APBT. As a result, we both began to consider what breed of dog we would get next to venture your place. Our blood, and that, again, so they considered what breed of dog we would get next to eventually replace our beloved family, I mean, as in their worthless mutt. And that's the thing. That's the thing with these bans and these pit bulls and the dog nuts and the dog government. They can easily manipulate the system. Easily, even though the law enforcement aren't reinforcing laws. They can make these new bully breeds out of nowhere and say it's not a pit bull, but it does exactly the same thing as a pit bull. And it looks like a pit bull, has the same features as a pit bull. It resumes under the umbrella as the pit bull. And these people, you know, say to themselves that they're going to create another worthless mutt to replace the pit bull. It's again, it really doesn't make sense. This is crazy. And again, they're breeding these things, creating these things. See, this is what they're gonna. Is this not a pit bull? How are these not pit bulls? How are these not banned? How are these okay? These are okay? These are okay. I'm sorry, but it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. And we all know that these things still kill people. And this is the same person that wants to, you know, call the government, their dognut government, reckless. They recklessly implemented, misguided. This is the mindset of the pit nutter. This is it. And on Kijiji, same thing. Mississauga's Ontario, American Bully, We went over this yesterday. They stated it's banned, but look, Ottawa is Ontario. Halifax, not Ontario, obviously, but Toronto, all bully breeds, pit bulls, still allowed in the province. When they say that there is a ban against these things, but they are still around. They even state that the pit nutter can be sent to jail and face fines. But yet, this is what is happening still in Ontario, in Canada. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. And another one, the bully mob again. This is, I think they're I did search it, and they're based in Toronto, still in Ontario, where they're selling and breeding these things. So it's confusing. It's very, 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 very confusing. I'm probably going to write them a message and tell them something like, these things need to be eliminated or something, because this is just, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Man. And I'm going to try to keep this video within an hour. Still a lot to show. Yeah, so some things, since I haven't kept... I've been up to date, been looking at things, but I haven't made a dog nuttery in Canada video in a while, and there's a few things I missed. Where am I? How come? Attack leaves. Nope. Why am I not? I'm so confused right now. Oh. Why is the screen blank? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I have a blank screen right now. Okay. I probably covered this before, but back in April, dog killed boy, injured in pair of attacks involving dogs from same home. This is a 12-year-old boy in Stittsville earlier in the month, and another that allegedly killed a neighbor's dog in December. So from December to April, mind you. The City of Ottawa bylaw department has issued charges under provincial and municipal legislation, including failing to prevent unprovoked dog attack, failing to register a dog, and having more than 3 dogs over the age of 4 months in the home. I mean, this is Ontario. It's Ontario, but I believe this is a pit bull attack, and these things are still out there. They're still out there, killing people, hurting people, and it's just baffling. They say one of the worst attacks, bylaw director says, again, easily could be prevented, but these bylaw dog nutters, do nothing. All they do is talk. We just talk and do nothing, and allow the problem to get worse and worse and worse. Hang on. All right, yeah, so this is from August the 9th. Toronto reminding dog owners to keep pets leashed amid surge of incidents. So, Toronto wants these dog nutters to keep their dogs leashed because their dogs are attacking people. I mean, it's again very confusing, very confusing. How the solution to this problem, even though leashes are worthless, their solution is a worthless solution where they, recommend these dog nuts to keep their dog on a worthless leash when these things are again, worthless. We've seen grown men, grown women, children too, being dragged into the dirt and pulled while they're holding the leash with the dog on the end, and they're still getting thrown into the dirt. We've seen dogs on leashes still attacking and getting attacked, and it does nothing. How is a leash going to prevent these things, prevent attacks? It can't. But again, these dog nuts, they pretend like they're doing something. They want to at least pretend so it doesn't seem too bad. But it's practically nothing. People are getting attacked, and the best that they can do is suggest you keep your dog on a leash. What's that going to do? And these dog nuts, again, even if this is a rule, a law, these dog nuts don't care. They're not going to reinforce it. The moment they get a chance to let go of this annoying leash, they're going to let go and let their worthless mutt wander. Toronto's releasing troubling statistics about the number of dog attacks in the city. So there's been a lot of dog attacks, but as I'm searching for them, I can't find them. But anyways, amid a recent surge of off-leash incidents involving children, pedestrians, cyclists, and is warning pet owners to make sure to comply with rules around dog ownership. So if they're attacking children, pedestrians, and cyclists, maybe we should just eliminate these dogs out of this country. As long as they're in this country, in the city, they're going to be a problem. We can't trust these delusional dog nutters. Even other dog nuts, they blame the owner. So if it's always the owner's fault, maybe no one should be owning these things. Keep them off the street. Eliminate them. Because these leashes don't work, the owners don't work, and attacks keep happening. But they just want to, be ridiculous and recommend a leash. So far this year, Toronto has issued more than 44 dangerous dog orders and 168 written warnings for bylaw violations. The latest statistics and reminder to dog owners come in the rash of violent incidents. Back in May, a boy was mauled and seriously injured by an off-leash dog in Rollin Community School. I remember that. I believe the dog escaped from its home, went onto the school property, and attacked. So leashes in that event is like, it's kind of pointless. Cause are you going to leash your dog inside your home? Remember, you're not even allowed to leash your dog up. Forgot what it's called. You're not allowed to leash your dog up to a pole in the backyard. You can't do that. So if you can't do that, you have to let your dog roam in the backyard. And again, these dogs can jump over, dig under, go through fences. I've seen dogs again escape their home from the second floor. So it's like you can't keep them in your home because they'll find a way to escape. You can't keep them in a crate because it's abusive. You can't keep them tied up in the backyard because it's abusive. So this leashing, like, I don't know why would they bring this story up when when leashing dogs in this situation is pretty much irrelevant, because this dog was on its own property and came off the property to attack. It's totally irrelevant. But these people want to think leashing dogs is the solution. Come on. You think these dog nuts are going to leash their dog 24/7? Of course not. Even dog nuts know they don't want to hold the annoying, dirty, disgusting leash all the time. They don't want to. They know it's annoying. It feels irritating, distractive. They know it, but they put up with this garbage anyways. And when they, are fed up, they just let their worthless mutt run loose, and it attacks people, or gets shot, or gets eaten by an alligator. It's just so confusing here. And even other dog lovers in dog parks, they hate other dogs and other dog lovers. Even in dog parks, it's a problem. Even dog lovers hate going to dog parks. They do. There's so much problems there. So much problems. And these dog nuts think the solution is a leash. We've seen dogs attack while on a leash. We've seen dogs pull their dog nut owner into the ground. Community stunned after shark kills dog in Nova Scotia waters. Let's give this shark a hand. Dog was retrieving ducks in calm water during attack. When they say retrieving, I think they mean the dog was hunting and killing ducks. So apparently the dog is okay. It's okay for the dog to kill these ducks. But if something else decides to kill a dog, automatically it is sad. It is disgusting. It's wrong. But these things can kill whatever and whenever. And it's okay. But once a shark, the ocean predator, the king of the ocean, kills a dog, there's an uproar. There is there's a reminder. There is advice. Don't do this. Don't do that. Stay out of the water. Keep your dogs leashed. But the dog's allowed to attack anyone and everything in its path, and it's fine, apparently. These residents are shocked by the horrific incident. I think it's hilarious. Hilarious. In which a shark snapped up a dog swimming in ocean waters, but a marine biologist says it's no surprise. I mean, come on. Come on, if you're from Nova Scotia, if you lived in Nova Scotia and from Scotia, and you lived there for a long time, by now you should know, hey, there are sharks in here. Maybe I should keep my worthless mutt out of the water. And I've seen videos of dog nuts struggling to keep their dog out of the water or a pool. These are unleashed dogs, mind you. Struggling to get their dog out, to keep them out. They take the dog out, the dog jumps right back in. And that's probably what happened. The dog saw water or whatever, and it just jumped in. And that dog, paid the price for being a brain-dead mutant. It was around 8 a.m., and they were to hunt sea ducks. See, so they're, again, like I said, they're allowed to kill these things, but nothing is allowed to touch the dog. So they're allowed to kill these beautiful, beautiful birds that, likely don't bother anyone. But dogs who bother everyone gets killed and eaten by a shark. And that is horrible. That makes people stunned. Good. I say good for the dog. Man. So they allow their dog to kill innocent animals for no reason. Happens so quickly. Just like when dogs attack other people. Or when they attack their owners. Attack the children. It happens so quickly. What do you expect? It's like a movie and you get the music that is warning you that attack is about to happen? Like in Jaws? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, these dogs have this movie mindset. Where, they're just waiting for the music to trigger when something's going to happen. So when the dog attacks and they don't hear the music, they're going to say, it happened so quickly. I'm surprised. It never happened before. Like, come on. I think that's the dog nut owner. Good. I say good for you. Shark attacks on humans rare. While man's best friend are pretty much eating the human, the thing that feeds them every day, rescues them every day, wants to make love to them every day. They're the ones that are attacking us more than anything. They even say bear attacks are rare, lion attacks are rare, but dog attacks are very common. What are we doing for time? Half hour already. East York woman mauled in brutal dog attack. This happened in August the 2nd, 2023. She was fifth. The owner is charged with a criminal negligence causing bodily harm. I wonder what dog this is. A tranquil walk home after dinner turned into a horror show Sunday. Again, these dog attacks can happen anytime. Whether you're having a good day or a bad day and there's a dog in the area, you're done. You're done. You're done. Yeah, I don't think they're stating say pitbull-like dog. Pitbull-like dog. And going back again, I can't show it now, but actually, yeah, again, anyways, this is Toronto. Toronto's Ontario. And a pitbull-like dog still out and about, mauling people. Did she die though? No, she didn't die. Right. So I'm confused here. Very confused. I'm not going to see. We're not going to watch that. I don't want to watch that. Pitbull-like dog. Still allowed to exist in Ontario, where these pitbulls are banned. We jumped in and threw the dog off of her. Neighbors saved teen from Ontario dog attack. I believe this is in Oshawa. And speaking of Oshawa, That's where I saw the pit bull the other day. That is exactly where I saw the pit bull. It was clear as day a pit bull. And they say pit bulls are banned, and I'm still seeing them. And still in Ontario, chances are this is probably another pit bull attack. The dog ended up breaking loose from the chain and the muzzle. It ended up attacking me. Even when this thing is on a chain and muzzled, it can break free and still attack people. This has to be a pit bull. So I'm driving home yesterday. Saw a pit bull. See a pit bull in broad daylight. And here we have a story back in August, I believe. July. In the same city where I saw a pit bull. They say we see a pit bull on top of this young girl, biting her, basically ripping her shoulder blade. Man, this pit bull ban makes no sense. Makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Or what kind of dog it is.
My understanding is the dog is from the neighborhood.
I don't know where this video came from, but
I don't know. The dog obviously did get loose if he was.
I'm trying to put this back.
And we heard a really loud scream.
For this neighbor who prefers to remain anonymous, she leapt into action with her father to help save the victim.
Walked outside and we seen a pit bull basically on top of this young girl and biting her and ripping her, basically her shoulder blade off.
The incident happened around 7 p.m. Monday night on Agnes Street. Neighbors say a teenage girl was walking in the area with a friend when the dog somehow got loose.
He ended up basically jumping in really quickly and like threw the dog off of her. And that's when many other of our neighbors jumped in as well.
But she and her father were injured while rescuing her.
Even when you're trying to save a person from a pit bull attack, you yourself are going to get hurt. Let that sink in. Like, you're trying to save someone from a pit bull attack, but you're going to get hurt as well.
The dog ended up breaking loose from the chain and stuff and the muzzle and ended up attacking me and ended up...
The dog got loose from a chain and a muzzle and went out to attack people. Attacked a little girl, a 7-year-old. And I gotta work on this OBS stuff a little better. I don't want to jump in back and forth, but anyways, one of the first pages we saw was the bully-tards saying the government was reckless. They stated the government was being reckless for, banning the pit bull, even though they're not really banned because they're still around in pit bull again. And we're still reading a story in 2023 of a child getting attacked. These things broke free from a chain and a muzzle.
Lacerating my arm in 2 spots and fracturing my wrist.
It happened over there by the blue and green bin.
Her mother, Michelle, was at work at the time and came home to find out they were attacked.
Then I jumped in my car, went to hospital. I took the other little girl in the ambulance. The little girl's in bad shape. My daughter's in very bad shape, but it was really a chaos yesterday when I got home.
Eventually, bylaw officials and animal services were able to rein in the dog. Police say there's little information why it
put
happened
the thing down
or
right there.
what kind of dog it is.
My understanding is the dog is from the neighborhood. Whether they were familiar with the dog, I don't know. The dog obviously did get loose if he was able to bite some individuals. How that's played out will be all part of the investigation.
The dog is being held at Oshawa Animal Services as bylaw officials will now look into if the owner was responsible for the dog's actions.
See, this is crazy. Oh man, like I'm not trying to protect the owners here. I'm not trying to protect these pit nut owners at all. This guy literally says, you know, they gotta go and find this owner to see if the owner's responsible. When the owner wasn't even there. The owner wasn't there. And the dog still went out and attacked. So, come on. In a realistic perspective, is the owner really at fault since it wasn't there and it didn't command the thing to attack? Sure, the owner is at fault for owning the thing and allowing it to exist in the community. Sure, the government is also, and the police and the law enforcement and the courts are also, also to blame here. But the dog attacked without any commands at all. So how is it not the dog's fault? How is the dog not responsible? And they're acting as if this is the first time this has ever happened when there's a ban in Ontario that bans these dangerous dogs. And even though there is a ban for these dangerous dogs, they still cannot see that these dogs are dangerous and are at fault for attacking. And yes, the owners, the government, the law enforcement, they're all responsible for not reinforcing these laws, apparent laws and bans. And the owner's responsible for allowing these things to exist in the community. It's so confusing. This seems like this thing should be so basic. It seems like these things should be so basic, but it's not. It's just we're just tangled in strings here. And I believe this is the same story that we just read. Man, or is it? Yeah, it is the same story. Wait. Yeah, it is the same story. Remember the officer's name. Man, oh man, it is just so confusing. I'm gonna see. Change this. Yep. Hope you're not seeing a blank screen. Things look good from my end, but anyways. This happened in July the 3rd. Girl 7 again attacked in Calgary. This time by 2 Rottweilers on Saturday afternoon. Another attack in Alberta, in Leduc. Leduc, Alberta. Dog attacks causing concern amongst community. I mean, it was not the same. July. It might be the same. But anyways, again, it just makes, it's like I don't know what to say because none of this makes sense. Dog attacks causing concern amongst community. Duh. Where have you been living? Under a rock? Like, duh. Like, dogs are always a problem. They have always been a problem. They are a global problem. And these dog nuts act as if this is like the first time they're noticing this. 3 German Shepherd dogs attack a 7-year-old boy in front of his home. And these are the things that they want to call man's best friend. They want to, call them, child protectors, or they love children. Where we have 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, attacking a child. And not one of these things were like, hey, we're supposed to love children. Let's not do this. But they go ahead and attack. And the boy was just playing in his front yard when out of nowhere, 3 large dogs ran towards him. One bit him and pulled him to the ground. He had like scrapes on his elbow and his knee, his back, a bite on his back, drool, and his shirt ripped. The neighbor found home security footage of the attack and shared it with the baitmans who hadn't witnessed the event. They called bylaw police, who said if there weren't puncture wounds, Hudson should be okay, but the parents also wanted to make officials aware of what happened. So it looks like these worthless mutts were seen before, running about. They almost got hit by a car. So they almost got hit by a car, and this dog nutter wanted and she decided to go outside to help them. And as she tried to help them, they surrounded the dog nut, the stupid dog nut, and bit her in the right leg. And all of a sudden now she's scared. She's so dumb. Gosh. How can you people, you Canadians, be so dumb? She did not want to be seen on camera because she didn't want people to realize how dumb she is. And her 3-year-old as well was attacked by 3 dogs weeks ago and needs to be rushed to hospital. Again, this is why dogs need to be eliminated. If the dog nuts have to go too, so be it. I said it. You're having a dog nut trying to go and help these worthless mutts. And, being as, knowing that they're man's best friend, they decide to attack her. Okay, come on. Oh, but here we are. But at least, I mean, it's not. Is it Ontario? Jasper's National Park. I don't know where this is. If it's Ontario, then it's worse. It's in Alberta. But this is a good example of how, you're supposed to reinforce these laws pertaineth to these dogs. Dog owner is charged following bear incident in Jasper National Park involving off-leash dog. Park The parks remind visitors that all dogs in national parks must be leashed no longer than 3 meters. So this dog nut had his worthless mutt off a leash, and they were charged, apparently. And they allowed their dogs, they did allow their dogs to chase animal life. And I know these dog nuts were excited. They didn't try to stop their dog. They wanted the dog to attack and kill. They wanted it to happen. They wanted it to happen. Because they get off to this stuff. They get off to their dogs attacking people and attacking real innocent animals. And we had rewind to 4 months ago, or 4 months after, or whatever. Another incident, a worthless mutt off leash was killed by a black bear. So it's not. This is not fair. This does not make sense. I should have called this video. This does not make sense. This doesn't make sense. I'm so confused here. Like, okay, if you know bears live in a certain area, why would you still want to go there and walk around it? Why would you want to enter that area knowing that there's bears there? And if the bear does attack you, let's say just you as a person, that bear gets put down. It doesn't make sense. And here we have a dog being killed by a bear, and the bear gets put down. It doesn't make sense. If you know bears are in an area and you willfully, as a grown, high-functioning, intelligent person, still decide to walk in the area and you get attacked or your dog gets attacked, the bear should not have to be put down. People should laugh at you and being like, why would you do that? We have so much area, that we've destroyed where you can walk. And you want to invade and go into the bear's territory, get attacked, so the bear can get put down? This world, this dog culture makes no sense. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. I mean, they say, the Torontonians are required to keep their dogs on a leash, unless in, off-leash areas. But if it's not being reinforced, like, all the time, then these dog nuts are going to take advantage of that. Law enforcement are dog nuts, and they don't want to, they don't want to, cause. They don't want to, give dog nuts tickets for their dog. And they want dogs to stay leashed. This is the only reason why they want dogs to stay on a leash. They want dogs to stay leashed to help prevent dogs from getting lost, running into traffic, trampling on sensitive vegetation, chasing wildlife, or eating toxic substance. That's it. That's why they want dogs on a leash. Not because they're going to attack people. Not to keep the people safe. It's really just to keep the dog safe. All of these are just, obstacles that are, they want the dog to be on a leash so the dog can, stay safe from these factors here. But not once did they mention these dogs attacking people or even attacking other worthless mutts. Like I said, this dog culture. It's all about the dog. And even though I don't think I showed a lot of dognuttery in Canada. The dog nuts in Canada are feeding the country to dogs. And one error, and one, they're taking with this pitbull ban. They say it's banned. There's a pitbull ban, but I'm still seeing pitbulls with my very own two eyes in a city, in a town where a pitbull just attacked someone. But apparently there's a pitbull ban in the province, but yet they're allowed to breed other pitbulls all over. It doesn't make sense, and that's why I guess, the Canadian government, the Ontario government, is basically feeding the country to dogs. Up north in the reservation, they're having problems up there with stray dogs. They have their set of problems, even though where I am, there's no stray dog, problem. But people are getting attacked. Pit bulls are a problem. Leash dogs, unleashed dogs are a problem. These dogs are allowed to kill real animals. And they're just feeding the country to dogs. And if a bear attacks and kills a dog, the bear gets put down. If a dog attacks ducks, the dog is rewarded, praised. So yeah, they're feeding the country to dogs very slowly, and this is how it always starts. And Canada is known to always, follow, what America does. They're always known to just following what they do. And America is like they're like dog nut extremists. Canada right now is a little, tame, but again, since they always tend to follow America, I think if we don't put a stop to this dog nuttery in Canada, Canada's gonna become just like America. With the full-grown, bloody, annoying, obnoxious, reckless dog nuts, dog culture, dog nuttery. And just like the title says, they're going to be feeding the country to dogs. And they already are. But slowly but surely, it'll be not just a spoonful. It'll be a big, huge, gigantic pot being stuffed into the dog's mouth. So if you want a dog-free, country, city, it starts now. Get rid of the dog, hate dogs, speak against these worthless mutts. Just a few more things I want to show, but I'll show those later. Kept this under an hour. But anyways, this is another Worthless Mutts. I am Gord the Dog Butcher. And remember, it's okay to hate dogs. Thank you for joining me. Oh man, I forgot to... I know I'm still on. Yeah, I meant to show you this. This is the last thing I wanted to show you. Yeah, I'm still working on the... OBS and making it more smooth to go through different tabs and things and windows. So anyways, I'm in the learning process, always am, always like to learn. make my mistakes and learn and just become the best, I guess. But anyways, Gore the Dog Butcher is out.